There we go. I didn't forget to log back on. I was just checking a bill. Literally. No, I did not get a contribution. This is just your imagination because there's this weird bug in the app that every time the screen refreshes, you think you're getting a new contribution. You are not. Calm your titties. Oh, it's been a while since I had that flavor. I'm not complaining. Very tasty. So just as a refresher, I'm going to post the rules. It's been a couple streams where I didn't have to post the rules because despite my constant complaining, you guys are very well behaved, honestly. We're just gonna wait to see if some people are going to show up a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna do what I usually do and look around my office, which you guys can't really see because of my green screen. I have a little wiggle here and a little wiggle there. And make my printer believe I'm going to use it because I keep hooking it with my screen. We had a little scare earlier because Pretzel did not want to load. It played one song and then it kind of froze. Had to reboot a couple times. No music. I was like, fuck. But no, it's back and it's got everything. Because as we remember last Saturday when we had the stream of the month for the color challenge, we were stuck with like 14 songs and that was it. And I was not pleased with the outcome. It was very repetitive. Like, the only thing that is allowed to be repetitive on this art stream is me. You better rememberize that. I should probably clean my water brushes. Well, not right now. I mean, we're not going to be waiting that long to see if people show up. But I have been testing at least 3 of them. Of my water brushes that I got from Amazon. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Hi, Paul. Good afternoon, Sharon. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm having a great weekend. I was just about to talk about my water brushes. They work well, I would say. But at the same time, there's some stuff about them that bothers me. Like, of course, they don't really expect you to work with inks with these, so I'm going to have to use my my brush soap to try and get the ink out of the bristles. I don't know why they're stuck in the middle. They do work well, but the cap does not click on the end when using them. I do not like that one bit. Like, they click on the top where they're supposed to, and honestly they're doing really good at keeping the water inside where it frickin' belongs. But like, even here, you can see it fits, but it does not click. So if you're like me and you're kind of really like going at it when you draw, that cover is gonna flip right off. I mean, it's a no-name brand, so it's not like I was expecting great things out of it. But I would have at least expected, you know, a clicky butt. That would have been practical. And yeah, all 3 of them, they got softer bristles than my usual ones. Even this one, like this is like more plasticky. A bit more like the nibs on my smaller Poscas, but fibrous. These ones is basically hair. Probably fake. There's usually natural hair that tend more to go on the brown. Even the fake acrylic brushes that are made with synthetic... The frick is that? There's a little piece of something in the water that's probably part of the brush itself from what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a little perfectly cylindrical particle in the tank of this one. Oh man, guys, whenever possible, try not to cheap out on your art supplies. I just needed some flat brushes, but if these are starting to fall apart on me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Other than that, they worked well, considering the piece, which I'm trying to grab. Which was this. I finished it this morning because yesterday my back broke, basically. It still hurts a bit today, so I got the zappy machine going on my ribs. And the liner itself, like obviously the filled-in blocked part was made with the water brush, and the liner itself was made with this little Wish brand glass pen, which from the weight of it and the feel is clearly acrylic, but like it works much better than expected considering the source. As you guys can see, after a little bit of handling it, I could figure out how to get the lines the way I wanted. It picks up ink super well. Coco, what's going on? I'm talking about the piece I finished this morning. And talking about the glass pen and how much I'm not really trusting the water pens I got recently. Like, they got denser fibers than my other water pens, but at the same time, they're kind of breaking apart from the inside, and the caps don't fit on the end, and it's sus. This one's pretty good, though. Like, I even had ink in a little pool on this really flat dish. Now I just had to rub it around like that, picked up the ink, no problem. Don't think I would be able to do that with a flexible G-pen nib or a Maru or something like that, but this one picked it up super well. Then a little bit of rinsing and one twirl on my paint rag, and it was clean as a baby's bottom. Of course, I had to try out my new sepia ink. Big fan. Liquitex again, not sponsored, but holy jeez, I wish they would sponsor me because I love their ink so much. I think it's quite clear seeing as most of the piece was made with their muted colors that I love so much. A lot of green, a lot of pink, a little bit of purple on the gems and her lips. I might drop her in the shop later. Still debating it because of course there was a lot of water. She crinkled up a little bit. I'm still waiting on my block of watercolors paper. I should get them by next week, I believe. Yeah, this week. This week. We are Sunday today. This week, this Wednesday, they should be in. Just gonna have another sip. Beautiful card. Thank you, Paul. Just gonna go get my that's done, okay. Go get my script and then crack my fingers. That is always very important. Come on. Ah! There we go. Not really useful trying to do an art stream and not actually showing the art that you're working on. Oh, there's a fairy. I'm almost done with my run of Spanish Super Mario RPG. I'm having a ton of fun figuring out what they're saying. Basically, I know by heart what they're saying, but I'm associating the words I know to what they're actually saying from memory. And the ones I don't know, I just grab my phone. Can you translate that for me? Okay, that means lucky. Okay, thank you. Though then again, that's a bad example because I understood what lucky was simply by visual context. But still, having a lot of fun. I'm at Smitty's right now. I'm trying to grind EXP so I can go back to Monstro Town and beat Culex. If I could at least get Mario at level 25, that would be the strict minimum. I got XP booster on him and it's taking forever. Bootleg. There we go. This is gonna be a really simple one. Also this week I managed to do an entry for Irritated Replayer because we reached 330 subscribers total on Bootleg Cookie and Irritated Replayer. I count both. It's easier. And people seem to be very happy with that because since then I had 4 more subscribers. And Irritated Replayer updates every 10 subscribers. Yeah, subscribing to my comic is that slow. Sadly for you guys, I did not get any more MLM-style sales of art courses this week, so I'm not going to be screaming half as much. We did get a little scare earlier with pretzel.rocks not loading, but it's working now, and unlike last week, last Saturday, all the songs are here, so... It's mostly going to be Purple People for this story, since I'm aiming at a lot of people. Calling you guys out. If you guys, do you have a price list for making instructional videos? Asking for a friend. Okay, it's for me. I don't have a price list because most of my instructional stuff is really like I have like mini micro lessons on my Facebook that are free, and it's just a couple of images with text under them. But I wouldn't know what to do for pricing for instructional videos. And I did have mini tutorials on Patreon for a while, but I get so little feedback I don't know what to do. Right now my Patreon promises tiers that I can't deliver. So yeah, I don't know what to do because people don't talk to me. Simple as that. I'm still in the right layer. Yeah. Oof. Got scared for a while. Being an artist and having ADHD. Checking if you're on the right layer, starting to write, forgetting that you're on the right layer, checking again. Come on. My little zappy machine is on a timer, and the timer just went out, but my back still hurts, so I started it over. I decided to make a manga lesson. It was really popular with the young students. They did a great job drawing the character. Would love to do a couple of small videos with you. Ben oui, sure, no problem. Would love to. The trick to draw a Dragon Ball eye. Triangle. There you go. And then you just... There you go, you got a Dragon Ball eye. The trick to draw a Sailor Moon eye. Now you know how in anime usually you get the pupil here and the shine here and the shine here? Not so in Sailor Moon. The pupil has to be white, then it has a little drop shadow, and then you add the other shine. There you go, Sailor Moon eye. What I'm saying is, you learn how to draw by observation. This is why reference is crucial. And I don't know who's the idiot that started that you're not a real artist unless you draw completely from your imagination, but I would like to know who they are so I can personally go over there and kick their arse. Same goes for the idiot that said you're only a real artist if you use expensive supplies. Sometimes, yes, you have to invest if you want better results with the skill level you have. There is absolutely no shame in working like only in Crayola, because that's all you can afford. That's okay, that's how you learn. Because if you don't know how to draw and you go straight to Copics, you're just going to discourage yourself, because in your head you have the mentality that Copics will magically fix your art. No, 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 no. Like I just said, like not 10 minutes ago, this is a fake glass pan off of Wish. Then usually it's not this pink there, it's actually rainbow, but we all know green screen. Anyway. These on a good day, they're like $3. My favorite inking pen, assuming I can reach it. Not like it matters anyway because it's technically discontinued, but my old favorite inking pen was like $5. This one is around $5 too. This is a Kuretake Kokoiro. What's the deal with this thing? You can... Not only does it have a really, really tiny nib, it's a tiny, tiny brush nib, and the gimmick with this thing is that you can take the body off, and you can put another body on. It's really just decorative. So expensive art supplies will not magically fix your art, but there are some things you can afford to cheap out on, and there are some things that after a while, if you take art as like a very serious hobby or a career, that's when you need to invest in bigger and better. But like I said, not everything needs to be bigger and better. This is the kind of pencil I like to use. This is literally a clicky Bic pencil. You get those at Walmart. Sure, I like to use my fancy, expensive Alvin one, but it's the exact same lead inside. And it's only by experimenting with different supplies that you figure out your hand, the type of pressure that you apply, and what supplies work better for you. Or if you're like me, you want to hoard everything and then learn how to work with them. This is really just guidelines because this is like my sketchy, easiest style where I'm not making an effort on purpose. Because when I do, it looks like this. I'm allowed to show this. Lee showed it yesterday when I sent it to him. This is one of the 2 spicy covers for a special edition of Saison. As far as I know, it's going to be the same book. It's just special edition covers to help print said book. The crowdfunder is going to open next month, I believe. Need to check Lee Newman social media. Of course, when it comes to manga, and that's another thing about the class, they push for traditional manga mostly because they want to sell their supplies that shop from last time. But like, if I were to give manga lessons, like I would do both. Like I've got the materials, and quite honestly, I love them. I'm only showing these 3 because those are Speedball Western drawing nibs, and I work really badly with them. Probably because I'm left-handed. But the Saji, the G-Pen, the Maru, I'm working a lot better with them. So there's that. But I would also, like, you would have the option digitally or traditionally, because I'm not tied to one or the other. The ideal would be if I would be sponsored by these supplies depending on the lesson. That would be nice. But usually when I talk to companies, they reply with, "We'll pass on your suggestion to the team." Yeah, right in the circular file you are. Oh! I just got a contribution. $20 toward my new screen protector. Thank you, Anon! That must be Paul's friend. Wink, wink. But thank you, because if you guys could see the state of my screen... my screen itself is fine, except for the scratched off part in the middle. From where I scratched off the glare from drawing normally. But my screen protector is literally chipped. So that's why I want another one. Now, of course, if I were to make digital lessons, they would have to be under Clip Studio. I will do my best to explain so that the techniques I talk about would apply to either Procreate, Ibis Paint, Photo... I have opinions. They will be drawing it traditionally, but the demo could be digital. I mean, I can do both. That would be a good idea for a lesson, and or several, because I could be inking. I have, depending on how dry they are, because I don't like inking with liners anymore, but I do have liners. I have brush pens, and I have nibs. So I could demonstrate each type of inking. I even have Menso brushes. So it would be like grab what you have on hand and follow this tutorial. It's supposed to be just art, but just from that typo, you can tell my opinion on art. And same thing as far as drawing traditionally goes. As soon as I find one... Ah, there it is. Because my other one is too far and I don't feel like leaning it out, I usually start with a non-repro pencil in blue. I want to do separate lessons for eyes, hands, poses. Yeah, I can do that. I usually use a non-repro blue pencil, but if like they got a... Oh, this one's nib is breaking, I believe. Yay, it's loose. Oh my goodness. That's why I ordered some more off of Jet Pens, and I'm waiting on them. But as I was about to say, if you've got a light blue Prismacolor, it does the exact same job. Because I like to do my sketch with that as long as I don't push too hard on the surface and then pencil on top. Or when I do watercolor, I also like to just stick to the blue. There are so many soldiers on the stream right now. Nightbot finally left. probably feels weird to be a new person watching the replay of this live stream and seeing somebody ask me for art lessons while I'm drawing like this. Just refer to the cover that I showed earlier. This is just one of my many styles. I don't think I'm even going to need to pencil here because the designs are so simple. So I would recommend when you're working, you want to sketch then pencil. Here I can get away with it because I've been drawing for 30 years. And yes, I do count my childhood in that because I've been drawing non-fucking-stop for 30 years. Wait, more than that. 35 at least. 36, 37. I was 3. 37 years. But it's almost 40 years. I'm on Victor. Okay. And why is it a scary thing when I'm trying to help somebody? Because I take it very, very seriously. Like, if you're not confident in your art, I will make damn sure you will be confident in your art even if you end the lesson crying. Because if you keep telling yourself that your art is shit, then your art is shit. Why? Because you convince yourself that your art is shit. Like, I had tons of people tell me that I was ugly as a kid, and I believed it. But in recent years, as I've been looking at pictures of myself as a kid and a teenager, turns out I was pretty darn cute, actually. Like, seriously really cute, as I am now. I mean, it's the same face. But, like, you're stuck with yourself 24/7 every day. Why shit on yourself is my question. So, of course, if you tell yourself your art is shit, you're going to be telling that to yourself 24/7, 7 days a week. And your art is going to be shit. But if you're more forgiving and encouraging to yourself, then your art is actually going to improve because subconsciously you're not going to hold yourself back because my art is shit, I draw terribly. We all gotta suck at something in the beginning. Whatever we start, we're going to suck at it, okay? Okay. Now that we settled that, your art is not shit. Do not argue with your elders. It doesn't look the way it does in my head. None of my art looks the way it does in my head. Because we gotta remember over here that I have a crockett pot. But here's the thing though. When I help people about that, I'm not gentle. Like, even when I'm being super nice, I'm not gentle. Like, we're not here to pity party, we're here to learn how to draw. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to fucking believe in yourself, because I'm going to be believing in you for the both of us. Wait, didn't I have? I think it was in my attacks. Apparently not. I'm guessing it would probably work if it was a raster layer. Oh well. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of this. Like, from that distance, there's no real point in adding all the details. A basic shape. It's gonna be just fine. Same goes for this dust cloud. It doesn't have to be perfect or look perfectly like a cloud. Sometimes you can simplify and it'll still look good. Like when I do my cartoon ears, one swoop, two swoop, it still registers as an ear. Best example would be Mario, because this is basically a Mario ear. At worst, you do a little bit more of this, and there you go, Mario ear. You can even do this, still an ear. But this is why art is mostly observation. And that's why art teachers usually push on realism before going for cartoons and anime. But there is no wrong order in which to learn different styles. Because of course the first thing you're going to want to draw as a kid is your favorite cartoons, your favorite comics, your favorite storybooks. And then after a while, if you're serious about drawing, that's when you start going more difficult. But if you already draw good by observing your favorite books, your favorite manga, stuff like that, you can run with that. If you draw good while observing, notice I say observing, not tracing. We'll talk about tracing at another moment. because being forced to learn art a certain way, that's, honestly, that's, pretty discouraging. I'm not gonna leave. They don't exist. They're purple people, but they still need clothes. And also, if you have a teacher that tells you, no, this style is shit, and never draw that style again or you'll never be taken seriously, no, that's not how art works, okay? There is literally out there, I think his name is Vicente something, I don't remember the last name. I will Google it because the name is important. Come on, what is your name? Piero Manzoni. Yeah, see, I was completely wrong. Piero Manzoni. That should be the wiki. Ah, there we go. Okay? When I say art is subjective, this is what I call my favorite shitpost. This is Mierda d'Artista by Piero Manzoni. You literally did that to see if rich people would buy his shit, and they did, because it said it was art. So art is anything that you decide it is. It's not anything that somebody else tells you it is. Yeah, but my 5-year-old could do that. Well, you have a very talented 5-year-old. Start selling their drawings. Yeah, but if people make money with that, why should I make an effort? You should make an effort because you enjoy it. You should make an effort because when you're done drawing, you sit back and you feel a relief washing over you. Now about tracing. In my case, I trace because I can't see depth properly. I can't understand perspective lines to save my life. Like, I see the concept, I look at tutorials, I see what the tutorials are teaching me, but once I apply it, because I can't see it well in real life, I can see some depth, but not all depth, it doesn't work. So when I have to trace, I do it if only because I'm trying to learn. And honestly, it has helped me because when I draw traditionally, I've noticed that my perspective is getting better. So some tracing is okay if it's reference work, if it's exercises. And if what you're tracing is the basic geometry. Like when I trace, I don't trace the line perfectly. That's not what I do. When I trace, I build the shapes off of what I'm tracing. Like let's suppose I'm tracing off my own face. I will draw circles, well ovals I should say, for the cheekbones, the triangle for the nose, stuff like that, and then build what I want to build off of that photo. That's why I don't recommend doing that with other people's art, because you're going to get yelled at a lot. But once again, a lot of artists start by copying / tracing printed versions of printed screenshots of their favorite anime and stuff like that. What I would recommend is, instead of tracing line per line, like I said, build up from it, so you can understand the structure under it, and then eventually you'll be able to learn to draw that character on different angles that you don't see in the anime. That's why even these are basically doodle drawings, I still do a sketch under it. I mean, I could simply like draw freehand, and it's still going to look pretty similar, but there is definitely more structure when I sketch. There should also be a lesson about symbols. Japanese artists use a lot more symbols in their art than Western comics and Western comic artists, like blush lines, sweat lines. I would still like, if I were to do video lessons, I would still like to do like a written version for people that understand better visually than audio, like me. Because I can talk all I want and doodle on the screen, but there's some people that work better in semi or full silence with the instructions written in front of them. Because there's some people, after a while, like me, if you talk for too long, all they hear is the adults on Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Here I got no choice but talking all the time because it's a live stream. I would just want my lessons to be more accessible than the ones that were almost forcefully pushed on me. Because they were using the fact that they thought I had low self-confidence. Of course, there's always people that think because I have high confidence in my art that I think I'm better than them. You are not the main character of my story. I do not care if I'm better or worse than you. The only person I'm in competition... Apparently, the two people I'm in competition with is English and myself from yesterday. Believe me when I say I don't think I'm better than you. I do not care if I'm better than you. I do not care if I'm worse than you. If anything, if I'm worse than you, I just strive to be a better me. Like, there are tons of 13, 14, 15-year-old that actually draw better than me. I don't care. Good for them. Yay! On a de la relève! I'm not gonna start a fight with 15 years old because they draw better than me. That'd be a little ridiculous, wouldn't it? That would be very good. They were drawing sparkly stars and things. Yeah, your students already understand the idea of symbols. We'd need to do a list of at least the most used ones. Glitter is an often used symbol, especially in shoujo manga. Because, of course, there's different genres, because manga literally means comic. Just like anime literally means cartoon. We'll talk about it more after the stream. And after a little sip. Because I have ideas, but I'm too much of a gremlin to know how to put them into videos. See, this time I remembered to get off the ink layer and onto the flats. Now I'm gonna make them pink. I call them purple people, but they can be any color. Pink is when I like them. purple is when I really dislike them. And they're not being antagonists, they're just saying things I wish they didn't to themselves. Not a lot of people on stream today, sadly that means no games. Have another sip. Nice expression. Thank you, Coco. It's how I feel when I see people shit on their art. My RAM is forcing a little bit, that's why I'm not doing nothing. Waiting for it to stabilize back down. So yeah, I'm definitely putting the RAM on screen after I'm done with the screen protector. Neighbors were blasting the song of their people again. I was filming, filling out a complaint form, as you should. I just don't get. First of all, I don't get loud music. It's not fun. Secondly, I don't get loud music in an apartment. You know you're surrounded by people. Why are you blasting your music? I don't care that even when it's the day, in the middle of the day, and you're allowed to make noise. Why does it have to be so loud? That's my question. I don't know why they went back to their old routine. Maybe that chick has a new boyfriend. I heard a bloop, and I'm not sure where from. I heard a notification sound. Where you from? I have so many brushes. Well, I don't care if she has a new boyfriend and that new boyfriend is Keanu Reeves. Lower the damn volume. Well, there we go. When doing these types of speech bubbles, I like to vary the shape. Just a little bit more organic to my taste. Good thing I got that skillet. They hate that. But it's the music of your people. I don't know why they're complaining. You love percussions, I'm just adding my own. Well, yeah. Oh, drum solo? Me too, me too! Sometimes pinching is easier than going point by point. Of course, even with the easiest stuff, the trick is patience. The more you draw, the easier it'll get, and the more you'll develop your own tricks. mirror fits better in your hand. I don't know what that notification boop is. I never know. It's probably from Discord. And with that, I believe we're done. We're gonna do the usual overview. Yeah, I believe we're good with this one. So, of course, we're going to switch to the end screen. And as usual, extra special caramel drizzled rainbow sprinkled thanks to Amber B, Paul K, Misenovis, David F, Marianne J, and Zedna. I did it right this time. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Thank you, Annan, for your contribution onto my next screen protector. Next live stream, of course, gonna be next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's gonna be more of the same. Me talking, me complaining, me drawing, you guys participating as best you can. Coco says, I like the last panel a lot. Paul says, thanks for a great show, Sharon. Glad you guys enjoyed. I don't even have to ask if you guys had fun, because you literally just told me you guys had fun. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week, 1 p.m. Eastern. I love you all, and bye-bye. And I just dropped my lip